Welcome to Back in the Day on the most entertaining television round the orbit, Metro TV. My name is Sammi B. B for Biscuits. Back in the Day is a show where we celebrate the good old days and we have a blast reminiscing about the past. Old school, old music, music, cartoons, Wabbit, Looney Tunes. Did you ever watch Johnny Bravo?
1, 2, 3, baby. Sassy. Studley. Oh. Check the packs. Man, I'm pretty. Do the monkey with me. Come on. Hey there, baby. Yeah, whatever.
Or the Powerpuff Girls. Then it means say you be that, Abba be that. But then if you had to go back on the streets and always be doing asongoli and playing dikos and doing gata to gata and boying in crow, then you were hardcore like some of us. Back in the Day has with it a dose of humor and nostalgia. You are welcome. I want to talk to you about an item back in the day that came after a gentleman or a lady bought a shoe or guarantee. It was called tokens. So back in the day, when you buy your shoe, it didn't end there. You needed to take that particular shoe to the shoemaker. And it was the shoemaker who would now get you a tokens, which was some kind of a heel, which was made by either rubber or metal. It was the metal one that was used to put under the shoe that was called the tokens. And when the shoe was taken to the shoemaker or the cobbler, he now puts the tokens underneath the heel. So that the under when you are walking will not treat the ground and pafa to do shoe near pafa. So it was the tokens that made that sound. Ke, 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 ke. When a gentleman wearing shoe yang one kobla was walking on the shoe, or on the streets, or on the kota, or on the bay in the journal of the inner in the neighborhood. But the rubber one never made any sound. It was also called tokens. So that explains one very most important thing associated with fashion back in the day. Today, I'm going to talk to you about a gentleman who came all the way from the western region, Yawazoye, and has traveled. Now he's in Accra. He goes back and forth. He's one of the most lyrical human beings I have ever come across in this country. When we come back, we will be talking to that gentleman.
Well, everybody don't know I'm in your Madfish. You see right now? Yeah. You're watching Back in the Days with Sammi B on Metro TV. Yo, Sammi, but there, I'm Madfish, me and dance the thing to the fullest. Remember that, people. Yeah, this is Sammi B. I want to keep it locked. Yeah? Boom!
This be old Big Six before Ghana independence device or gadget where it be like mosquito spray. This particular gadget, if you know be from back in the day, you no go know. If you know chop from 40-something, they go, you no go know. This one, it look like gun. But the thing where they do be say, you have to put your own insecticide inside to spray. Honestly, it be you where you know your area mosquitoes. I don't know them. So what you had to do was mix the insecticide into this gadget, make it fit, stand and kill the mosquitoes for your area. For example, Labadi Beach mosquitoes be very stubborn. So then if you make the insecticide more, and then Dansuma mosquitoes, they no be stubborn too much, so if you reduce them. This one, if you don't know, you no go know. Or you know still get it, forget it. Thank you. Welcome to Back in the Day on Metro TV. My name is Sammi B, the bandolera, the girl and favorite souvenir. On Back in the Day this evening, I have a gentleman that I have so many things in common with. Way back in 1995, when PLZ worked on their very first Hip Life album in Ghana and beyond. I was privileged to have been on that album with a gentleman who is called the girls' them favorite King's Bite. A gentleman who is known by this special hook in Hip Life. Sweetie, sweetie, freme na fa won sabe to me komo. We na me hwehwe enti na ma ye komo. Ano be me you know one enti se se na me kama manager. Sweetie, me that.
Yeah, good to be here, man.
Yeah, man, you don't know.
Good to be here.
Man, you're nice.
Yeah. Give thanks, man. Give thanks.
Why this
Just glory.
I say, yeah, we Esau.
Hey, you know, we're growing gracefully.
Yeah.
We're growing gracefully. Gracefully.
Ladies and gentlemen, back in the day when PLZ came up with the very first Hip Life album, there was a tune called Sweetie Sweetie. And this gentleman who is seated next to me was the one who did the very first free dancehall in on that particular song. Okay. Now, this Sweetie Sweetie was the Hip Life dancehall kind of thing. He's also worked on songs for Achami, I guess, and a couple of other things. Yes. But you see, guess what? By himself, he has one of the sweetest voices ever. Introducing on Back in the Day this evening, the girls' favorite King's Bite, which is another chocolate, Mr. Rutai.
Boy.
See?
Good to be here, man. Good to be here, man. I mean, I felt that we've needed this kind of show for, I mean, it's been too long.
Mm.
We should have had this like long before today.
But
So
now
I'm
it's
happy to
grown,
be here. Yeah.
and it's like fine wine.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I think it's timely.
Yeah.
It's timely. I love it. I love
Welcome
it.
to Back in the Day, man.
Thank you. Thank you. Happy to be here.
Tell us, Reggie Rockstone's album. Where did you even find PLZ and how did you get into the picture?
I think it's just it was just God trying to find me an older brother,
Okay.
a mentor,
Hmm.
Someone I would learn stuff from. And so God just placed me in the way of Reggie.
Hmm.
So I ran into Reggie on the very first night. Reggie and Freddie walked into
Freddie
Miracle.
Foxstone?
Yes, walked into Miracle Mirage. And they came in the company of Home Base,
Home base.
Henry.
Yeah.
So Henry brought them, but Henry came in first and came to speak to DJ Joe and said, "Shall I bring my boys?" So my boys did a gig by your security guy, I don't know, your bouncer, them days, Sammi, bouncer, Miracle Mirage Sammi.
Yeah.
So DJ just said, "No, you go bring them, tell them." So I said, "Make you bring them." So me, I'm back there waiting to see who, Home Base was bringing in, because I knew Home Base as, someone who was within the entertainment circuit. He was like all over the place. You could tell he was an important figure at the time, except I didn't know exactly what he did. So I was wondering who he was bringing in. So he comes in with these guys with this striking appearance, dreadlocks, Timbs, camels. And I'm like, oh, wow. And now so they come in and, music is going on. The whole place just changed as soon as they walked in. The energy, the vibe and everything just changed. And then eventually they got on the mic and they started rapping, and you could tell these guys were like true hip hop. So me, I was just mesmerized. But on that night, I had taken DJ Rab out. DJ Rab was in town for the first time as an African-American brother
He's
coming.
so resting. Perfect peace.
Exactly.
Oh, Charlie Rap.
He died at a place where he wanted to die. He wanted to be in Ghana. So I feel that he lives on. He lives on. So, Rab was at the bar. The bar outside. They had the terrace outside before the inside. So I went out there and brought him in. Said, "Charlie, come see these guys from New York." Me, I was just imagining. I assumed these guys were from New York. So he came, he listened to them, he said, yeah. He liked them. So he went back. When they finished, they went to sit on their table And then I and Rab also went outside to the bar, to the terrace. So I felt like, no, I needed to speak to these guys. So I went back there, to take a good look. And then I spoke to Reggie. I said, I walked up to him, you know how open he is. So I walked up to him and said, you know what? I've got this friend from New York who's a producer, a DJ and a producer and everything. I think you'd like to meet this guy. He said, oh, bring him on. So I go to Rab and I said, let's go meet the guys.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Now this is history.
Yeah.
First time on any network.
Yeah. That's how DJ Rab became
You
Reggie's
are the
producer.
one who introduced
Exactly.
DJ Rap to Reggie Rockstone. Whoa.
Yeah.
First time on back in the day on Metro TV.
So I go outside, bring DJ Rab in, and then we start talking, and he tells them he's a DJ producer from New York, and boys are like, whoa, you're the guy we're looking for. That same night, we left Miracle Mirage, went to George Brown's studio, Grove Music, Laboni. That same morning. In fact, we stayed there till like 4 a.m. So from Miracle Mirage, that's where we went to. Rab went to check out the equipment and everything, and he said he could do stuff with it. So this is how this whole thing started. Eventually, Reggie became the guy I was looking up to, because as a young up-and-coming entertainer, to have the privilege, the opportunity to be around, such a colossus of a showbiz person, for me, it was a special blessing. And guess what? This is something that the character that I think people think of me as a very nice person, very affable and everything. It's Reggie.
Okay.
I just saw this guy that be, with all the opportunities and everything, the fame and everything, and he was still down to earth.
Yeah.
And I found this beauty in that. And I felt like this is how everyone has to be. So that's this, one of the things. Like a big inspiration.
Yo, this is Nana King from Ashanti International, and you're watching Back in the Day with Sammy B on Metro TV. Scary! A big brother.
So the PLZ crew included so many other people apart from yourself and myself.
Yeah.
And
everyone in this entertainment thing wanted a chance to be in there.
Can you just bring us to speed some of the names and just talk a little bit about them? Because back in the day, if you were part of Reggie Rockstone's crew, you were the ace.
Yeah, you were the ace. At the time, the Dabis from the Talking Drums, Kwekuti, Abe Kurbero,
Kwame
Fache, to who? And so many. There were so many kids who were also not really like entertainers, but people who just wanted to be around, enjoying the energy and the vibe and everything. So there were so many. But these are the names I remember, the Talking Drum. And then I think there was another group. It's been long. It's been over 30
What about
years.
the individuals?
Psy Lover.
Kwasi.
Kwasi lived in my neighborhood in North Kanishim. So, I mean, like we used to live like a few blocks away from each other. So we all come to Laboni, you know, to Reggie's
So
place
Peswa.
opposite, so Peswa, opposite Wangara,
Yeah.
you know, and respect and peace to Ricky, because he was the man that allowed all these kids into his home.
Yeah.
You know, the man didn't have his peace because the house was always full with kids trying to be rappers
Oh,
and singers
nice
and
girls.
dancers. And nice girls.
Because
you know,
from what I'm
the
hearing,
Yankee and the London girls
from
and
what I'm
everybody
hearing,
comes
the
in.
Yankee and the London
Yeah, man.
girls too were there
All-
in their numbers.
So you needed to be there.
So some white people went there not because they wanted to, but they went there because they wanted to spend so that they would be recognized by
seen.
the girls.
You know, like I used to come to Sunshine Radio to see you.
Mm. Yeah, I'm just hearing for the very first time.
And you thought you were the one I was coming to see.
When you used to come to Sunshine to come and see me with music,
Yeah.
What were you coming there to
I was
do?
looking at other things, man. You know, so yeah, I mean, yeah, from those days. And then apart from these names you mentioned, the Notorious for Life
Yeah.
people, MGKK4. I'm sure these are some of the names you don't even remember.
Yeah.
You know, MGKK4. MGKK4 was an R&B group. It had John Jermaine and other people. I think Dead Body also.
Yeah.
You know, all in that group. And then there were so many Funky Funk Cha. All of these were like kids who came later, but everyone had to find a way to get closer to or penetrate the Reggie circles, you know, to be able to get a bite of, you know, everything that was being shared, the vibe.
Okay.
You know,
Working on Reggie Rockstone's album, Campsite, and
it actually started from CHM, Combined House of
CHM
Music.
at Mataeko.
Yeah, Mataeko, yeah.
CHM at Mataeko. So what determined you being on that particular song?
Okay, guess what? I was the invincible guy. Okay, so I was the guy that was hanging out with the Dadabis. But I came from Kutubari, hardcore. You know what I mean? But I think because I knew how to move and everything, plus DJ Rab was my friend, and I was almost like the tour guide, sending him in places and everything. So we had the opportunity to meet with all of these people. And I wouldn't speak. I was the quiet one because that's the way I learn. I stay quiet, observing, and you know, just
I said that be the trick they take catch the women too.
I think King Solomon was like that. Never spoke much, but everything that came out of his mouth.
Solomon did talk, but they talk.
King Solomon did talk plenty, but you know, everything that came out made sense. You know what I mean?
300 and more something.
Yeah, so quiet, you know, observing everything, and then I detected that. I detected a gap. At the time, dancehall had become, in fact, dancehall was a thing.
Yeah.
You know? And I knew that once I gave any of Reggie's tracks a dose of dancehall, it would be something different because no one was doing it. You know what I mean? At the time, no one really was coming out to say I'm doing it because you were there. Yeah. And to be honest with you, you were one of the people that intimidated me, you know. You and a guy called Devastator, and a guy called Billy Banton.
Billy Banton.
You know, and then General Marcus. And then, who else at the time? KK. Kofi Kumbilson. I'm saying it for the first time. A lot of people do not know.
Yeah.
Kofi Kumbilson was a dancehall artist.
Bobium.
Yeah, Kofi Kumbilson.
Go back again. Kofi Kumbilson.
The legendary Kofi Kumbilson, WKB. The finest broadcaster I've ever had the opportunity to listen to.
Yeah.
In my estimation, the finest broadcaster Ghana has ever produced. This is my...
For mid-morning.
That's my opinion. Anybody can keep theirs, but for me, that's the standard for radio practice. He used to be a dancehall artist. And he was one of the guys that intimidated me. And so I'll keep cool, you know, observe and everything. And so one day, I called Reggie on phone from home. And I said, you know, I've got a verse that I think you need to listen. No, before then, Panji enough. Panji organized a concert at Le Baron. I can't remember a lot, but I know that event was sponsored by Ngoma Beer. If anybody will remember that concert, it was a massive concert in the club. Had Reggie, had almost everyone coming through. At the sound check, I made sure I sat close to Reggie, which is something I always did, because I was learning, listening and learning.
Yeah.
So I started mumbling when a beat was dropped. And he was like, Rita, where they talk now? From them boys stepping out the place, them boy, they look war. The only thing they matter about the big XLR.
Yo, look into the camera and give it to them.
So
Give it to them. What were you mumbling?
I was like, I was just mumbling. I said, Charita, where they sing now? I said, from them boys stepping out the place, them boy, they look war. The only thing they matter about the big XLR. Bob and I have no time, figo blah. But if it, I can't remember exactly, the verse.
Road boy,
that melody. But I had put together some bad man lyrics, in a verse. So he was like, what? Is this you? Is that your thing? I said, yeah. So he started calling him, Charlie, you ever hear this guy sing before? You ever hear him the chant? So I sang that bit to everyone, and everyone was just shocked because I was the guy who never spoke.
Yeah, my name is Abiola Waped, MC of G Life, and I'm representing right now over here, and I'm with Sammi B. Back in the day, you know how we do. Back in the day. What's up, brethren? Yeah, what's up? What's happening? Back in the day. Watu any area adios you. Everyone's saying how you do. Watu any area saying how you are. Oh my man, they say back in the day. You know how we do. That's it. That's the ish, yo.
Mame, me de me umane kwa library.
Yeah, mom. But if you bench, I got a crown and a yen in your
Hey, Apada, walk on him.
Me kwa library.
Enya gro, a dina won't be kind of. Ane, you want Yama no papa no biwaha. We go gay, Soshe.
Debbie, me mpemubia.
Would ye Soshe, yen juicy kidia. Amba, ye will be a yet if you buy it.
Me say, Debbie, I fed their moon join me. Share, Mama, more down for breakfast, okay, you
Let's see.
What the hell?
Wicked, jungle is massive. Wicked, jungle is massive. Wicked, jungle is massive. Wicked, original, well big up. And the original jungle is massive. The original dancehall jungle is there. General leave you alongside the MB. The world is in trouble. I want to tell a murderer. It goes, I am the incredible general. Sensational with the coming. Incredible general. Yo, Matty will of them, I spin them like a windmill. You talk for them, go to them, and we got the skill. Dance can nice and let's spend them on the bill. And the girls see you with vices like them jeans can't.
Murder.
So then I knew that I had the door open. A few days after, I gave him a call and I said, I have a verse that I think will fit on any of the songs.
On his album.
On the album. Then I said, Sweetie, sweetie, baby, now found somebody cold. When I'm then he said, Ruta, you on a song, you on a song, you on a song.
So that's what got you on the album.
So he said, the next time we go to the studio, we go Tuesday. It was a Tuesday. We go Tuesday, so prepare. I was the first person to be at the studio that day. Combined house of music. So they come in, and I think at the time, DJ Rap had moved to his place. So I came from Kutubabi alone. They came to meet me at the CHL. And then the recordings and everything was going on. Then they said, Ruta, so yeah, Charlie, so Ruta go put a verse on this one. So Zap, respect to Zap Mallet, Zap Mallet the largest.
General.
Yes, the silent partner. So Zap is like, yeah, Charlie, so go into the booth. What you do? You the sing or you the rap? I said, oh, you hear me. So I go in the booth and he say, oh, Charlie, but this guy, you go, because I was looking like this.
Yeah.
And then he said, okay, so make we put the light off for him. Charlie, put the light off for him. Because he thought I was nervous. Then he put the light off. I go in the booth. Sweetie, sweetie, baby, now found somebody to come. When I'm a she. They stop the whole thing and they're like, hey! So you, they shot. One time. One take. Done.
Whoa.
Done.
Whoa.
It took a few months for that song to be released. But I knew that I had something. I knew that I had this volcano waiting to erupt. So I was just talking a cool. I was telling my friend, telling me, I got some surprise for you guys. My Kutubabi boys, Aziz, Pigosh, Akaman, Leko, all of them.
Guess what? I was actually going to ask you the names and nicknames of some of the guys at Kutubabi.
Yeah,
and then some of their favorite hangouts.
Yeah.
So let's do the nicknames and then we'll talk about the favorite hangouts.
Great.
And which side of Kutubabi?
Okay, so me, I used to live down at Kutubabi, about 3 or so houses from the Chief's Palace. So the Chief's Palace was my playground because he was this big man, but very down to earth. We welcome in fact, his house used to be where we used to pick our phone calls and make phone calls.
Oh.
Because around that time, we had these phones. And in the whole neighborhood, that house was the only household with a phone.
Oh, wow.
So everyone on the street, I think that house and the Japongs, the one opposite the Chief's Palace, were the only places that had phones. But when you meet anyone who wants to have your number, you just give the chief's chief's number to them. So when you get a call, they will send from the chief's house to come and call you. When you call. And then you run and go and pick up your call. And you actually go and sit in the living room.
Yeah.
The big man's living room and receive your phone call.
Yeah.
And that's how the community.
Because you know what? Way back in the day, there was a chateau.
Everyone knew everyone within the neighborhood.
Everyone knew their place. Because when you went to someone's house, it was the elderly who sat on the chairs.
Of course. The kids were always sit on the carpet.
Immediately sat on the carpet.
Yeah.
And those were not even rugs. Those were linoleum carpets.
The plastic.
Plastic carpets. Yeah.
But I mean, this man was a big man, so they had the the
woolen carpet.
wool, like very nice place. But once you have a call, they'll call you. You go into the house and we'll call it. So you go in there, but out of respect, you know that you have to be quick. So you go there quickly, you have your conversation, and you walk out. You thank them and you go. Then if you have 3 calls in a day, they will call you.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Big ups to the Chief's party.
May he so rest in peace. Mr. Naughty, he was a great man, sweet personality. So that was, the house. We had Akable. Akable was one of our older brothers, smart guy, flamboyant, fabulous looking all the time. One of the guys that we looked up to, Abuananka. Abuananka.
Why that name?
He was just this, strangely, he was a teacher, and well-read.
Abuananka.
The name was Abuananka. Or to cut it short, Onanka. You know, we had Onanka. You know, I had great friends, Aziz, Leko, Pigosh, Kofi Amwa, Chi, may so rest in peace. I mean, name them. And the girls. You know what I mean? The girls and kids
nicknames.
Oh, I mean, not nicknames, but like,
But they're nice girls,
you know. So, yeah, we grew up nice.
Yeah.
We grew up nice. We used to hang out around Kutubabi. There used to be Maxwell Hotel where I used to organize events, you know. And then there was Kenag, a spot that used to be like next to my house. And yeah. And then WhatsApping spots. WhatsApping spots. You know? So yeah, some of these places were the places that we used to hang out. And then there was a place that we used to buy meat pie around the pig farm area. It was something, I've forgotten the name, but it was a very popular place. I think the place is still there, still runs. They saw some of the best meat pies in Accra, apart from the one at Noga Hill. And then Ebony. The ebony pie.
Always been
yeah. If you're talking to a girl and the girl's being stubborn, just buy ebony pie and, you know, case is closed. You know? Yeah. And then bar stop.
Restaurant. How is that?
Yeah, bar stop.
The interesting thing about bar stop restaurants, like when you had saved some money and you were able to buy a burger.
Yeah, that's challenge.
You know how you are. Yeah,
you know, so yeah.
Big man.
Yeah. We grew up nice.
Kofi Ghana.
Papa.
We no ni.
Dabi.
Onu ni. Oboshi. Woso. Awari awo jenye mepi de mempe spells so physical mentality. Hi.
Tananga.
Adan adding. Okay, spell cargo.
CARGO.
And then no thing. Fawira ko.
Cargo Jimbitas, shall I tweet?
Kill them with the now. Na 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 na. Kill them with the heads high. Kill them with the no. Just make a boy know you're not blow. Heads high. Kill them with the no. No boy ain't got no secret for your wow. Heads high. Kill them with the no. Just make a boy know you're not blow. Heads high. Kill them with the no. Tell them say Vegas say so. Me why you skin your teeth and make me see it. If you're sure from your phone say you never tweet. You wanna freak, one man you keep. And him never yet complain, say you deep. You make your bow, you no answer to yo. When a one man assembly a chow chow. Knit up your bro, make a guy know. Say him be moving blow.
Nice, you know.
Let's talk about something that a lot of people don't associate you with radio.
Yeah.
And the journey way back where it started, I believe could be the Western region. Yeah.
Okay, so you know when Marcus released Shida, his first album, I mean, Marcus and I, you know, every time, my bona fide brethren, you know.
Did you meet him up in the West or in the...
No. I mean, my first time I went to the West was when you came to see me, when I had the gig to go, you know, do radio, in, you know, in Takwa, the Sky Power FM. But before that, this is 1992. There was a Dutch company, record company in Ghana called West Coast Sound and Lights. They were here to scout for artists. And so they had a studio in Harcho. But to scout artists, they organized a rap competition. And as prizes for the winners, the top 3 were going to be given record deals. There was a Liberian brother called Roy C. He won the competition. Then a brother called Macho MC came first runner-up. And the second runner-up was Double KB, Kofi Kumbilson.
Kofi Kumbilson.
Yeah. So these 3 were to be given the record deal. And they had a record deal. So they were recording in the studio at Harcho. That same record company was the one that produced Fred Kinte's Kinte Band's
Fred
Van Dyke, the first album development plan. And so that house had the Kinte Band rehearsing there, recording there. And then they had these 3 rappers from the competition also recording there. But guess what? General Marcus, who everyone thought placed 4th in that competition, as a Bubwashi youth who never takes no for an answer, decided that though he wasn't part of the first 3, he would still go to the house and record his album. Yeah, and that's Marcus. You never say no to Marcus. You know what I mean? You can't say no to Marcus. So Marcus came to the house. On the day these top 3 were to record, but I was taken into the house by Macho MC, who used to live down in my area, Alajo. And he needed someone to drop some dancehall, some raga post, some flavor on his records.
Yeah.
So he took me along. So I got into this house with Macho MC, KKB was there, Roy C was there, and then Marcus shows up. And then Marcus and I immediately just bonded.
First time meeting General Marcus.
We just had a great vibe. Dancehall artists. So we just came together and then we started something called Legalize Illegal.
Legalize
Illegal.
Illegal. Is the coinage having to do with the illegal as in the people who didn't win?
No, really. It just
legalize
just
illegal.
Free the people, let the people be free. Let the people be free. So we started doing our thing. So Marcus and I actually became much closer than I was with the gentleman that took me in. You know, so we started doing stuff together, started performing at places together, started writing songs together. And then I decided to go back to school to do my A-levels because I thought my mates were like done and, you know, had ended up in uni and I was still on the streets trying to find my feet in the showbiz circles and it wasn't really happening. So I needed to go back to school and do my A-levels. So I left Marcus, went back to school. And then one day, while I was in school, we had a Gomsa event.
Wait. I know from that event and the subsequent interactions also brought about a record deal for General Marcus. And the thing that a lot of people don't know was who helped General Marcus put together some of the songs that he put on the album.
Yeah.
You are watching Back in the Day. This evening, I'm privileged to have with me the girls' King's Bite. Favorite King's Bite. We have a mistake.
No, not really. I think that you know, when you have this, when you have this gift of creating stuff, if you're creative, you draw people close to you.
Oh yeah.
And some way, somehow, it turned out to be females. My house was filled with girls all the time, dancers, models. You know, everyone thought I could connect them to someone. And so my household started calling me, oh, Kesimbadu Doknu.
And it used to be in your
And
life.
that, yes.
We'll be right back. When we come back, we'll talk about how General Marcus got his contract and the role that Roots I played with the Marcus album, which actually was recorded way back in Jamaica. You are watching Back in the Day. My name is Sammi B. We'll be right back.
Yeah, you know, one of the fondest memories I have from back in the day was when Exto was in the studio recording my ba. And this dude had braids on. He reminded me of a real gangster from LA. And he just went off on that song. I couldn't believe it. I was in a state of shock, man. It was crazy. And another one is when I was recording Achame. And, you know, we did a song called Makumu Tafi. And they were featured on it and stuff. It was a really great song. And they were playing at the beach because they were headlining a big concert on the beach. So we all went down there, and Ziggy Za was the big DJ that time. And he didn't want me on the stage. He's like, who is this guy? You know, and I'm telling them, this is Nana King's the new guy, blah, blah. And Ziggy was like, he wasn't trying to hear it, you know? And Achame went on after all. And during their set, they said, hey, we don't have a president in Kumasi. We have a king, and our king is Nana King. And then I came out on the stage. We rocked the show. The next morning in the newspaper, they said Nana King stole the show from LA, the guy from LA. It was crazy. But then after that, the next morning I started hearing Ziggy Za playing my song. The guy that was hating on me, who's my close friend now, said, hey man, he started playing my song on Joy FM. And it was crazy. He had it as the sit tune and stuff. And then I went to Bob Marley. I remember it was Bob Marley's birthday at Trade Fair. I went over there, and the first person that came to me to tell me I was number one, you know who that was? It was you, Sammi B. Sammi B came to me and said, Nana King, congratulations, Ashanti International. You're number one. I said, what? I didn't even know because I was always stuck in the studio. You know what I mean? And Ziggy came and hugged me, and I was like looking at Queen like, whoa, what a trip. Everybody's feeling me now. It was pretty cool, man. And you know, there was another place, my favorite place to hang out back in the day was Gold House, man. We used to go to Gold House because it was in DC, which is down so my turf. It was cool. We all used to hang there and listen to the radio. We used to listen to Fifi Pratt's show because he had the chart show on it was, what was that, Choice FM? Choice FM, yeah. He had the chart show, and we used to listen to Fifi Pratt. And I remember we all were sitting there sipping on some Guinness and peaches and herb. And man, next, you know, Fifi Pratt said, at number one, champion. I was like, whoa, and the whole DC went crazy mad, man. It was really cool, man. I liked it a lot.
Bossa faz força, zé, we ash fum, Monsieur Bossa faz força, zé, we ash fum, Eja kono, Ojama Devi, Ojawa Deben, ash fum, Eja kono, Ojama Devi, Monsieur Ojawa Deben, ash fum, it's true. I swear my father can't tell you. You only pay here was at this. Need you be fra, need your dignity better. I didn't was me and Paso. And my own home popo, only what was your for Munkamo, Munkope Ashko, Yan Hoto, Nasi, that form. A Jawaju, or this year, but me your mama, your Ghana mamba, Muntina me yet ask for my Ashaka, tic tac, miss me ask for my Ejakodu, Ojama Devi, Ojawa Deben, ask for. Monsieur Ojawa Debeno, ash fum, yeah.
One day, I was at the Labadi Beach Hotel for our Thursday evening bash. We used to go to the Labadi Beach every Thursday, and that was the entertainment for the week. Thursday evening, Labadi Beach was hot. Beach party, where all the stars came through. And it was an open mic. And that day, General Marcus came to the beach with a Jamaican producer called Fish, Norman Fish. Norman Ward's Fish. Or Fish Wards. I don't know how the name was, but
the nickname was Fish.
Fish.
It was Norman Ward.
Norman Ward.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell us about that Marcus Fish collaboration and how you came in.
All right. So while I was in school, there was this Gunsa event at Accra. That was when I met Bola for the first time.
Bolare.
Bola emceed that event.
Which year?
This is like 96.
96.
So I attend the event. Marcus used to live behind Accra. So after the event, I decided to go check on him. I get there, Marcus is like always playing loud music in his. Once you arrive from the junction, if he's home, you hear from the sound, you know. So I get to the house, Marcus is so happy. He's like, Chala, I get a big surprise for you. He goes into his suitcase and brings his passport. Chala, they go Jamaica. What? What happened? Say, Charlie, I meet some guy, I meet some man. Wait, the man like joke. He say, go take me, go record. The man get me ticket and everything. Yesterday, no, I go take my visa. He had a transit visa through the UK, so he showed me. And his ticket and everything. Wow.
Back in the day, it wasn't an easy feat.
No, it wasn't.
No.
Marcus used to perform on a regular Wednesday nights at the Miracle Mirage nightclub. So on one of those nights, this Jamaican tourist who just come to town happened to be there. He spots Marcus, calls Marcus and says, I like your thing. You know, I like your thing. You know, you're doing good. And then he meets him again at Glenn's on a Thursday night. On that Wednesday when he met Marcus, he told Marcus to come see him at the King David Hotel. Kokomemle. Marcus didn't go because we had heard those promises like a million times.
Yeah.
So when he said, come see me at my hotel, Marcus didn't really take him serious. The following week after that, Marcus runs into him again at Glenn's. He said, but you, I asked you to come see me, you didn't come. Marcus said, I'll come. Marcus goes to see the man. The man said, get ready. I'll put you on. We'll go to Jamaica. With your thing, you need to go record this in Jamaica. So long story short, man bundles Marcus to Jamaica. While in Jamaica, recording, Marcus says, I've got this brethren, great writer. We need to get this guy on board. You know, because some of the songs, in fact, Akos, I think the maiden track, it was a song I used to perform with him. He did the choruses and everything. I did the dancehall parts and all that, the verses. And he said, you know, I co-own the song with him, but I mean, he's my brethren, so we can record. But we need to get him on board. So they had this conversation back in Jamaica. So the day they arrived in Ghana to come release officially the single, I met them at the airport, went to the hotel together, had a conversation that same night. And then we started talking about Marcus and I, you know, synergizing to put together the album. So Mr. Ward left Ghana about 2 or so weeks later, you know, for the States. But before he left, he rented a place for Marcus and his baby mama. I mean, not Marcus's baby mama, Mr. Ward's baby mama. And I have to go share Marcus's place with him so we could work on like writing the album. And I was hungry, man. So we needed to do this fast enough because the deal was that right after Marcus's album, I'll be the next.
Yeah.
So you can imagine.
I can imagine.
Marcus would sleep, wake up, 4 songs done.
Yeah.
Charlie Mark, I get this. You know, and that's all we used to do. Just writing, creating songs. You know what I mean? So yeah, we did, I think out of the 12 or so songs on the album, I co-wrote about 7 of them. You know, some of them, I had to translate into Ghana. There was a Luciano song where there is no love at all. Yeah. And then, Buju's Untold Story.
Yeah.
and all of that. Translated them into Ga. People don't know. I read and write Ga. You know, yeah, I read and write Ga. So I did a translation and then sang the songs and everything on a cassette. Recorded all the songs on a cassette, give it to my brethren and say, yo,
go and go do it.
Go and go do it. You know? So it was one of the, I think one of my most fulfilling things I've done, you know, to co-write.
About your personal album, the one that intrigues me was the way you were able to sing so well on the single that you released a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, basically,
Heavy as Rain.
I'd love for you to give us a little bit of that, and then we'll just talk about it.
Okay, so Heavy as Rain. One day in 2014, it was like 11 years ago, Shataraku sent me a rhythm on WhatsApp. Listen to the rhythm, I'm like, who did this? Then they said, Charlie, Red Eye, oh, Charlie, that guy be crazy, oh, Charlie, hear the rhythm. So they tried to do something on ours. So he sent me a rough cut of what he's done. And I said, Charlie, I would like to do something. And he said, oh, cool. Let me just talk to him. So he speaks to him. And Red Eye's like, yeah, Charlie, bring him, come. So I speak to Red Eye myself, and he said, oh, yeah, you go for come. So me, Rocco, went to the studio. Tema Newtown there somewhere.
Yeah.
Go into the studio, they drop the sounds. I'm humming through it. And I'm like, my heavy as rain. You know? And they're like, no, Charlie, this thing, they sound good, oh.
Go there, give me the lines again. Go there.
My deepest pain, my heaviest pain. I'm no more sane. Without you, life won't be the same. Oh, I've got me to blame.
Wow.
I'm not calling you names. You know? So little by little, put a song together. Wicked sound.
That song was wicked.
Wicked sound.
So tell me, how come every now and then you went off music and then came back and did one? You just...
I think at some point, I felt like I was needed more by society, not as a singer, but someone helping young people to come. So I have had multitudes of people who came by, sometimes just
like mentoring,
spend time with me, go away and become something.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just saying this to the glory of Jah. It's not to, you know. So yeah, that's how it happened. So not long ago, I had a brethren called and said, you know, I used to come to you when you were at FM to spend time with you on your Sunday show, and I don't remember this dude. And he said, no, I used to come there, and he's telling me the things we used to do. And I can't remember this brethren. But the truth is that my doors were open.
Yeah.
People were coming.
Yeah.
I mean, we write songs for people. I listen to people's songs and I'm like, child, this is rubbish. Can you get some time in the studio? So we go back and rework on it. So we go back and restructure the whole thing and things like that, you know? So strangely, it's like every time, you get someone coming in, it feels like someone has told them, but it's not like people go around telling people that, oh, go to Rutai, but you get people coming in with that, you know. I heard songs that became like monster hits, you know, when they were not even recorded yet. Say, Obi Doa. I heard it before that song didn't got recorded. Cause, you know, my kid brother Samini, you know, he loves my vibe like that. So he will come around anytime we meet, you know, he will tell me what he's done. He will sing for me lines that he's written, like fresh stuff, you know. So I had a privilege to listen to some of the songs even before they got recorded. You know, I said the music, man. You know, and he knew that I think I'm the biggest Samini fan. You know what I mean? So he was singing, and it's with like many people.
Yeah.
So Marcus Marcus paved the way for me. I think Marcus gave me the opportunity to show the world what I was gifted with, and because we're gifted with this, people just walk in.
Back in the day, we used to hang out different places. I mean, we either met here or somewhere else.
Yeah.
What were some of your favorite hangouts or joints back in the day?
Pentagon.
Pentagon. Okay, once it's mentioned Pentagon, then maybe I will have to add Clico.
Yeah.
Clico.
Yeah.
Behind Accra Girls.
Yeah.
They are still there.
Oh, yeah?
Great. Yeah.
Oh, the joint is still there.
Clico Banku, Abi?
Wow. Wow. And then there was this kinky joint in my area, Kotobabi, where each time you visited, we went to get kinky comedy. They're still there too.
Yeah. And then we'll do some small money.
Yeah.
Over the weekend.
Yeah, over the weekend and things. Yeah. So we've come a long way.
Oh, yeah.
We've come a long way.
I mean, back in the day, you have to mention names. Those that you passed through, mentors.
Okay.
I mean, some of the recognitions, who would they go to?
See, there were people that I used to admire so much. Daddy Bosco. I don't know. I felt like I needed, like, I wish he was my uncle, like I lived with him. You know, I just love Daddy Bosco.
Love Tribe, dance,
you know,
right?
Love Daddy Bosco. Like when I see him, I'm like, you know, I've seen like,
Come on, Plekishi.
you know, come on, Plekishi. You know, I just love to hear him speak. You know, I love the way he moved and
it's calm.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Never gets angry.
Yeah. And then another guy that I adored so much, DJ Woodman. I'm not sure he even knows. DJ Woodman was like, you know, like.
If you wanted to learn from Wood,
you know,
and
I used to love Woodman.
I don't know how you will learn.
You know, like superstar, but cool and like chill. You know, talks to everyone nicely and things like that. I loved Woodman. And then Alberto, Prime Cut, the Prime Cut clique.
Yeah.
Love those guys.
Kareem. So rest in peace. Jallo,
Kakra. DJ Kakra.
Yeah.
You know?
Auntie Aquili.
Hey.
Only rise.
You know?
That brought about debate.
Yeah.
As in who chop more than who.
How much you buy today?
How much you buy today?
How much you buy today?
So, I chop Auntie Aquili like 10, 15 years. So take yourself compared.
No.
And that taste never changed.
You know, no, never changed. Same taste, you know.
Big ups to Prime Cut.
Yeah, big ups to Prime Cut. Big ups to Prime Cut.
Back in the day,
yeah.
What are some of the things that you look at and you're thinking, some of these things should have been happening now? I mean, we shouldn't have just let them go just like that.
You know, back in the day,
for the kids to learn. I mean, for the Gen Zs to learn.
The music,
because they have to learn.
We didn't have fan armies like we have today. You know, artists were loved by everyone. You didn't have a section of the people loving one artist and disliking the other artist, and for that reason, fans of artist A and fans of artist B will be clashing at concert and things. We didn't have that. We were just enjoying the music. And then there was this healthy competition. There was something we used to refer to as sense rap. I don't know if you ever heard that word, sense rap. Like your rap verses needed to make sense.
Yeah.
I'm sure if we maintain that culture, the music we make today would have been making sense.
Yeah.
Because now when you listen to the music, it's just rhymes and melodies, not really speaking to you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like you don't. If I catch me listening to a Kojunchi song with my partner by me, it's a special moment. Yeah. You know, it's a special moment when I play a Kojunchi song with my partner around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I don't know whose music I can use to do that, with the exception of a few. You know, just a few. You know, just a few. So I think that's one thing I think we let go. Or, something that just dissipated that I think should have been around, you know, like we should be, you know, working with these.
In your own estimation, I mean, all the gadgets back in the day, you know, the things that we used to have back in the day, if you were to choose one and still cling to it. What would be your favorite thing to use?
Okay, I don't know which one, but the one that confused me, the one that I felt wasn't necessary was the pager.
Actually, I talked about the pager with Dixon today.
Yeah, I'm like, the pager, what was it? Like, what, you get there and you run to make
You
a
go
phone
and
call? I don't know. It didn't make sense to me. The pager didn't make sense to me. But apart from that, I think it was all great. We're still evolving. I'm sure all of these things are going to go away. Maybe a time will come when it will just be some...
Put a chip under your tongue.
Yeah, maybe.
And you'll be like,
or maybe it will just be some...
Yeah.
Some...
Or they cut from there, you just smack your head and you make a call. Yeah.
Yeah, so... But I remember when I left Kumasi, came to Accra, and I got me in a distant relationship with a lady in Kumasi, and we'll talk every morning while she's preparing to go to work. And then sometimes she send me a photograph. And I used to imagine that, a time is going to come when all these photographs are actually going to be like videos, like video calls.
Yeah.
And a few years down the line, it happened.
No, we have them.
So I know that, yeah. But then, back in the day, I think it was all okay because we're fine with them. The cell phone wasn't a bad one. The punty one.
Yeah.
The one that Mobitel introduced, the punty one. Yeah, that one, Charlie. Wicked with the antenna. And that thing used to be some wicked thing, like you have it and people look at you, walk into a room and everybody's just... Yeah. So
my favorite thing back in the day will also be like when you have your ghetto and then you put disco light.
Hey.
Or you enter the room,
the blue.
Yeah. Okay, that today your life will be in danger.
Today must happen.
It must happen.
It must happen. Once the blue light is on.
Then they put on that light.
Hey.
Charlie, back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day.
I mean, but the very last thing I would want to ask before we go though, where did you get the name Root Eye?
Okay, Root Eye. I think it's just the way
you love roots.
Yeah, that also. Plus, I'm the guy that wouldn't take everything on his face value. I want to get to the bottom of it. I really want to understand. Like, you tell me something, I think about it. Like, I try to use there's this game I play with registration numbers of vehicles. When I see numbers, I try to put them up and make sense of the combinations. That's just who I am. I love to, be analytical. I try to, so I looked at myself and I say, I'm the guy that loves to get to the root of things. Plus, I love roots music.
You don't know.
The eyes of the roots.
And the man is like, basically, chop.
They've never know yet.
So the last part is that I would love to thank you so very much for being a part of the show today. My guest was Root Eye.
Yeah.
The girl,
King's Bites.
King's Bites.
Yeah.
We see Roots is going to end up doing Heaviest Rain for back in the day.
My deepest pain.
Which was sung back in the day.
My heaviest rain.
And Root I say.
No more say.
Without back in the day, what would he say? Your Metro TV. Watching back in the day. And Sammi B say, Root I has been in the game. Salute.
Yeah.
Catch you next time on Back in the Day.
Love to be
on
here.
Metro, the most entertaining television around orbit. The name is Samuel Bump. B for Bandolero, me there on Metro TV. Every weekend on your screens, watch me. And me and Mr. Woman, Chelsea. My name is Sammi B, the Bandolero. Cut. Thanks for doing the watching. We love you so very much. We'll send you a number so you can also contribute and send us your back in the day videos of favorite happenings. Thank you so very much. We're out.
Well, I've just had a telephone call from Mr. Brown. He says he will be along later. Apparently, he is tied up at his flat.
Oh, blimey. Should he not be going to untie him?
I was speaking metaphorically.
It is better. You speak English.
Now, Mr. Brown may put up with your stupid remarks, but I assure you, you will find me a very different kettle of fish.
Excuse me, please. What is mean kettle of fish?
You'll find out. Now, until Mr. Brown arrives, I intend to find out what sort of progress you are making. You, how are you doing?
Bochanat.
How are you doing?
Very pleased, thank you. How are you doing? Ajay, well this is Sammi B passing through. Ajay, run and go down. Ajay, run and go down. Finn, remember when we used to hang around in other neighborhood and every boy and girl I play the game, so if you go and do the same. Run and go down. Ajay, run and go down. And your mother used to tell you not to go outside and play and you come home dressed dirty and she give you the cane. Run and go down. Ajay, run and go down. Want ice cream, go and get his school fees, just to sweat his hands, sweaty with the heat of the sun every single day. Run and go down. Ajay, run and go down. Remember when we used to boy in crow, Chaskele and Pilolo, him or his day. Run and go down. Ajay, run and go down. It's party time. Remember the childhood days. Humpty Dumpty, Fox and Jack and Jill. Run and go down. This is what we say. Childhood days will never come back any day. Run and go down. Remember the things we used to sing way back then in the dance called funky mess up and break dance. Run and go down. Ajay, and you run and go down. Remember? Cool it down. A tune for the brethren, the sister, grandfathers, grandmothers. Run and go down. Ajay, and you run and go down. Remember? What do I do if I wanna get through to you? No matter how I try, Ajay, a tune for the whole and you run and go down. Remember? Now that we found love, what are we gonna do with it? Sing. Remember the girl sitting next to you every time in class 3 or 4 where you used to love her badly. Run and go down. Ajay, and you run and go down. And the first time that you took a kiss from a girl in your neighborhood school and you tell your friends.